Hey guys, welcome to another video. I know it's been a while, but today we are down in the Uwharrie National Forest for a inaugural solo backpacking trip. Today we're gonna plan on a loop. It's a 10-mile loop. We're gonna do about 7 of it and set up camp, hopefully. It's Saturday, it's a really nice day, and Uwharrie is crowded. So I'm really hoping we can find the spot. And then tomorrow when we leave, we will either finish out the loop, which will be about 3 or so miles, or if we're feeling ambitious, we will trek back the 7 back to the truck and go opposite loop. So come along, should be fun. All right, just left the truck, heading out to the trail. We're taking a combination of the Uwharrie Trail and the Dutchman's Creek Trail to make the loop. I've got a Granite Gear 60-liter pack on that is coming in at about 30 pounds with water and food for Maple. She also has an extra sleeping bag in there, so a little extra gear, but let's see what this hike is all about. One of the first intersections, we're going Uwharrie south. So we'll follow the white blazes. Coming on down, we're at the creek bottom here. We haven't gotten too much rain, but it looks like there's some water, so that's going to be our main water source because we brought about 1 liter. It's also really humid today, so we're going to be sweating a lot, and Maple is going to be hot. Nice little site right there, but we are just 2 miles in. I think we got about 5 more to go. So they did a burn. Hopefully there's no hot spots because Maple is out there. I think you could see this on Onyx. I'll show a screenshot, but they did highlight a wildfire, but it said it was on the dove field. That piece is still going strong. So the objective here is to keep her on the trail and navigate this cautiously. That's still actively burning over there. But yeah, this was a pretty big operation, whatever went down here. We're an hour plus and 3 miles in, so time for a little water break. But definitely was not expecting this type of hike. It's just crispy. So hopefully we get out of this soon. It's nice that the trail's cleared, but just a little concerned about Maple. So have ourselves a drink and then keep on pushing. Out of the burn zone, back into smooth sailing. All right, we're just under 4 miles. We're at the next intersection here, but actually we want to go that way. So we got about 3 or 4 more miles to go before we get to the expected camp. We are just over 5 miles in, and we have approached Lick Mountain. Not much of a mountain. It is 800 or so feet up, so we're gonna get into a little scrambling up there. So we'll take a break here to kind of get our legs under us, get some water before we do that. But this is the fun part coming up. Let's head on up. Pretty well blazed. We don't want you missing a step here, but a little more difficult with 30 pounds on the back. Yeah, this is real steep. She's all the way up there. We know. We're going up. To the top, baby. Got a little sweaty, but that part wasn't too bad. That's really just the initial ascent up here. Lick Mountain is still a little bit of ways away, so I was slightly mistaken, but on the right path. Now we're on to the second ascent. This one really will get to the top, but you can see it's a good climb up there. Some pretty good grade here going up these little switchbacks, but it's got the legs moving, the heart is pumping. It's a nice little workout here. We're now officially at the top. You can see there's a nice sight here. No real views behind me because it's so wooded, but one of the taller mountains in the area. These mountains aren't so much anything anymore. Yeah, not gonna camp at the top because there's no water source and we're about out. So we're gonna head to the bottom and see if the spot is open along the creek bed there. And just like that, we're coming on down kind of quick. It's a fast descent. All right, this could be what I saw the first time I hiked the trail. It's actually a double. There's 2 fire pits. Maybe the tent goes right there. And we have this to play in. I don't know how. We're in the middle of the forest, but we're at a campsite. She found a ball. So she's one happy girl. We are gonna get some water first and cool off. And then I think the tent site is actually gonna go right over there. We're gonna use the Sawyer filter. So what we keep doing here. Pretty simple, you just fill up the bag. Attach your filter. And you can see Maple's gonna have a full bowl in no time. Pretty simple. Tastes real good. All right, next order of business is the tent. And we'll go somewhere right in here. Obviously someone's camped here before. Pad, pillow. We are going to tuck it in. That looks about flattest. All right. There's the basic setup. Tent, bag, pillow, pad, and maples. We'll do the rain fly before nightfall, but right now it's just too hot, so that's the setup. Well, it's supposed to be a pretty nice day, but I heard thunder up above, so time for the rain fly, just in case. There we go. All set. The skies have opened up a little bit, so we're gonna hunker down in the tent and just relax and hang out until this thing passes. Really starting to come down now. Well, they say bring a luxury item, and mine happened to be the weather radio. But yeah, that storm has already moved out. It's now moving further east, so we should be good. But everything is now wet, so not sure about the fire possibilities. And to save weight, we did not bring a chair, so we're gonna just be hanging out in the tent. and probably waiting around until dinner unless it starts to dry up and we can do a fire. So a couple options maybe, but we're just gonna hang out and wait and see. I'm not totally convinced we're out of the woods. That sun, ooh, it just got covered up, is really brewing up some darkness over there. So thankfully that's already east of us, but it does kind of look like it's growing above us. So might be hunkering down again, but so far this spot is top notch. Well, the rain's really kept us at bay. Keeps coming back, you know, every half hour or so. I did try to go out and collect some wood. Really didn't find much. That's probably only an hour or maybe two of a fire if I can stretch that out. But right now with the rain coming down, we're just gonna hang out in the tent. Really the only other objective of today was just to make dinner. So we'll do that at some point, but right now we're just gonna relax in the tent for a little bit. All right, well, once again, the rain has kind of let up. It's cleared up there, so nice and blue sky. So we're gonna try to get a fire going. I've only got a few fire starters, and again, everything is kind of wet. So see what we can't do to try to get something going here. So a bit of a hodgepodge style there. Started kind of going teepee, but I want to make sure these logs and this wood can dry out because it's been so wet. So just started stacking them up there, but it looks like it's going to take shape. So we'll move on to dinner next. The fire is rolling along nicely, so it's about time for dinner. We've got chicken fried rice here. All you got to do is add a cup and a half of boiling water. So that fire looks like it'll get the job done. So I'm gonna throw some water on there and then get to eating. Well, the fire was giving off way too much ash that was getting in the water. So we're just trying this approach. We'll boil it up here in just a minute and get it in the bag and see how it is. Boiling water in, let's seal it up for a few minutes and then we stir it and reseal it. 10-minute total time. Well, food's ready. It's nice and hot. Let's take a bite. Really hot, but chicken fried rice. That's a solid meal right there. We'll be full tonight. And done. So fire's got a little bit left. She's just hanging out. It still looks bright on camera, but it's almost 8 o'clock and the sun is definitely setting. So just more hanging out by the fire. And then we'll eventually get up in the tent. All tucked into bed here. Maple is snoozing in her sleeping bag, and we're on the pad and the bag tonight, so we'll see how this sleep system holds up. We'll see you in the morning.
Good morning. It is early. It's about 6:30. And again, we're greeted by some rain. So we're just gonna hang out here until it dies down and then eat some food or something and then get packed up. We'll see how long this lasts.
Well, it's about 7 a.m. and we're awake here, just hanging out in the rain, listening to the weather. I don't know, it's gonna be a little rainy getting out of here, so it'll be a fun one because I brought my rain cover for the pack, but I didn't bring my own rain jacket. So if it doesn't die down, we're gonna be in for a wet hike out. We've got about 2 miles to finish the loop, so really that's only gonna take 45 minutes or so, so we won't be out there too long, but we're gonna hang out and see what this rain does and hopefully get packed up and get on out of here. We are pretty much packed up. So we will just do one sweep around the camp to make sure we've left no trace. And then it's died down, but it's still raining, but we'll make a go for it and try to get up out of here. So just a couple more things to do and then we'll break camp. Got the rain cover on the pack. I think we look pretty good at the site. I didn't see any trash. So we're just gonna head on out, start making our way back to the truck. I can see the vehicle there. So we didn't even really get rained on here. A couple sprinkles, a little bit from the trees above, but we made it back to the truck. So we'll get unloaded, put everything up in there and hop in. Well, we're back. What a trip that was. That had a little bit of everything from hiking through the prescribed burn, which I would really not recommend, to getting a little elevation in on Lick Mountain, and then the rain for the night down by the creek bottom. Really happy. All the gear performed kind of as expected, particularly the water filter. We had no issues filtering from the creek. So overall, an amazing trip. I hope you had a good time watching, and we'll see you in the next one.